I always like looking at giant developers' back catalogs and checking out their titles back when they're still weak and pitiful. In Valve's case, everyone talks about TF2 and Half-Life and Portal and Left 4 Dead and shit. But they have even older games that really don't get brought up ever. So I thought, you know, why not take a look at one of them? And no, it's not Day of Defeat. No, it's not motherfucking Ricochet either. It's Alien Swarm. We're talking about Alien Swarm. A game Valve never updated again after its release. Yeah, the original Alien Swarm has one campaign in it. One. This game is 14 years old, by the way. I mean, it is free, so you can't get too bent out of shape about it. But either way, fans had to come back in and pick up the slack with Reactive Drop, which is still being actively updated to this day. And by that, I mean it was updated so recently, the main menu layout changed between days I was recording. Interestingly, it seems that despite 14 years worth of updates, they didn't mess with existing characters or anything. The classes are essentially the same. Like, you got the giant gun female, you got the guy with the sentry that I always forget to actually deploy. You got the medic that's all but required, and yet no one actually wants to play because he doesn't deal as much damage, so they let the bot do it. Huge mistake, by the way. Watch as he lets his teammates die just so he can simp for that alien ussy. And you got the tech class, whose whole purpose in life is to hack panels by playing the Bioshock 1 water tile puzzle while bugs mash you into paste on the floor. Oh, but if he dies, though... Yep. That's a restartin'. He's basically the TF2 classic civilian if he had an aimbot gun. Actually, this whole panel puzzle shit is just weird. If you take too long, it'll say access attempt logged at the top. And I'm not actually convinced this does anything. You know, it doesn't raise an alarm that summons more bugs or whatever. I genuinely believe it's just there to bully you for taking too long. Pussy! You can't log into the mainframe. There are a lot of weird mechanics in this game. It feels like a proto Left 4 Dead 2 to me, despite this game coming out afterward. Yeah, not having to wait after you died is cool, but what if, instead, there's no way to come back until the mission's over? And also, what if one specific guy dies, the mission is just unwinnable? And also, what if only one person gets access to the health packs and you have to beg permission to use one? I mean, I wouldn't want to deal with the alien parasite either. All it really is a heal check. If you get infected, the only way to survive is to use one of the medic's heal pods. Presumably you're standing still so you can feel the collective shame as everyone points at you for wasting the team's resources. We only get 9 of those for the whole mission, buddy. You can also possess a bot when you die by mashing the function keys until it works, where you have about 0.1 seconds to get your bearings before getting gored to death a second time. Fairly standard so far, but you also aren't required to take any bot teammates with you. You have to add them each time. Oh, cause it's just so easy to see this tiny ass plus icon. Oh, how could I possibly miss that? So very often all these Chinese characters, randoms would drop in, and they'd have to sit on their hands for 20 minutes and just stare through the window, you know, hands up on the frosted pane glass at the toy they can't play with while the rest of us get to. Because even though there's a 4th slot, they don't have a bot to take over. Oh, look at how much fun I'm having. Ha ha ha. Gee, it sure would suck to not be in the match right now. Ha ha. Speaking of which, what kind of proto Left 4 Dead would this be if your AI teammates didn't suck complete dick? Even if you scream at them to put ammo down for you or whatever, they're not gonna do it. Who knows what's going on in those vacant heads of theirs? There's also one of those like text log type games too. Now look, I do not read, okay? I got shit to do. I got places to go. I got bugs that are killing me right now. Just pump that shit into my earphones where I can neglect it there, alright? I've got years of experience failing to retain my long-form content in background noise while I play Subway Surfers form. I think I can forget these logs without any trouble.
Oh, I ate it.
I thought we covered this back during Endless Dungeon, you know? I don't think my teammates will take it too kindly if every 5 minutes I sit down to crack open a good detective novel mid-fight. Actually, this game is really rather unideal for just chatting with your buddies. Death comes very swiftly, and no one wants to be the dork that interrupts to go, oh, Excuse me, I have a parasite on my head. Could I trouble you to deploy the healing? There's also, like, character stats. Like, I guess some of these guys heal faster or something, but why? Why would you do that, though? However, this would also technically be reading, and I'm not about to bring dishonor to my gaming ancestors, okay? No thanks. This is also true of the guns. Like, there sure are a lot of them, but you know, when I have like mere seconds to start the damn round already, because all my teammates have already, you know, they've already readied up, I just take the good old reliable flamethrower and I call it good. And there's like a weird ass Call of Duty leveling system, because oh yeah, bro, you know what Left 4 Dead was missing? Weapon unlocks! You can also prestige for some reason, which locks all your guns again. You know, since it was just so fun unboxing them the first time. So I hope you weren't interested in any of those end-level weapons. You don't understand, okay? I can't just not prestige. How else will these fucking randoms know that I'm better than them at Alien Swarm? There's also an assload of equipment to take, ranging from the completely useless to, well, whatever's one step better than useless, like adrenaline. I want you to take a guess at what adrenaline does. Because if you thought it temporarily made you faster, or you guessed anything other than it forces the entire server into slow motion, you'd be fucking wrong. As if every time someone dies, and it pans the camera over so we can all gather around the campfire and see this guy's jibs spin around in slow-mo for a few centuries wasn't more than enough of that shit. This is like God's gift to troll items, because every time I saw a teammate using it, I just thought, yeah, there was absolutely no reason to do that. I hope this guy can feel my death glare through the screen. And they all come in stacks of 3, so you can share all your needles with your friends. Great. Great. That's what we needed. Awesome. I always took the personal medkit anyway. I mean, do you trust any of these Chinese characters, men, to heal you when you actually need it? And I had no trouble getting wiped multiple consecutive times on what is allegedly normal difficulty. Anyway, thank you very much. Actually, I don't know if it's just me who's like mega bad at the game, or it's the game's fault. Well, I know which one I'm blaming. But normal difficulty might as well be a roulette wheel depending on what mission you're on. There's a few missions that last like 10 minutes instead of the standard 3 or 4, and boy howdy, can you feel your resources depleting as you do that. And yet there's like 3 more difficulty levels above that, and also a bunch of Halo Skull modifiers, and alternate onslaught and speedrun modes, and I can also break my fingers with a hammer too, if that somehow wasn't enough challenge. Now I respect that these are fan-made levels, fueled purely by passion, but some of these level design choices are really strange.
The tech is stuck outside.
Wait, really? It closed the door on him?
The tech is stuck outside.
I also love these random potholes you can fall in and explode into 7 million jibs. The correct amount of funny insta-kill pits to have in your level is 0, and yet they put them in random vents and on this highway. But not this vent here, or this one, or this one, or this ledge. No, you're supposed to throw yourselves off of those. Or how about this moving platform that if you stand on it wrong, it just splatters you instantly? You couldn't put up a sign, at least. Keep all arms and legs in the moving vehicle. And you can't even put a healing pod down without it slowly sliding off into infinity. Wave goodbye, everyone. I guess we didn't need it after all. It's all part of Alien Swarm's plan, brother, okay? Alien Swarm works in mysterious ways. It's okay when you put ammo down on it, though. Okay. I like this part where this mortar bug shoots at you infinitely while you try to use your Vio laptop to download Linkin Park in the End EXE off LimeWire, and he keeps interrupting to spit acid on you every 2 seconds. The only way up there is to go all the way around on this catwalk, and it's a one-way trip. Because a few seconds after someone walks over it, the bridge collapses like a motherfucking death run trap. So it's either that, or you can try to find an awkward angle to dump your bullets into this guy. There's an entire mission that was basically a playable cutscene with no bugs in it. It's like an incredibly easy puzzle interlude, basically. Okay. I like that there's just straight up an antlion guard as an enemy sometimes. I like that there's just straight up Portal music sometimes. There's this one level that's like, you run around on a giant open desert map, flipping up those fake plastic rocks people use to cover wells to turn off like a force field or something. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. And then follow a drone to the start of an enclosed rock maze, which takes place exclusively on like the parts of the map where they wrote the legend. Hands down, the worst level in the entire game, though, is this one here. Oh, fuck! You get trapped in a boss arena with 2 shield bugs, which are already the most annoying enemy in the entire game, but now with like 10 times normal max health each. There's a swarm of medic bugs that heal off an entire clip of bullets worth of ammo in like 2 seconds, of which you only get 10 max per person. And the only way to stop them is that the tech's gotta do the Bioshock 1 tile puzzle in order to close off the gates that spawn the heal bugs in. But on top of that, that's only for 2 of the gates for some reason. The other 2 of which, I think you're expected to shoot these barrels, so they're constantly billowing out radiation. And also, if you do it too early, maybe you're just fucked, I think. It's not really that clear. Or in other words, it's not my fault. Only then are you allowed to spill out into the next area, because yes, it does keep going into like some kind of pipe maze or something. Yeah, I think we wiped right before beating it and said, you know what, good enough, and skipped this mission. Besides, I don't think I can trick these guys into playing even more Alien Swarm with me. I think they're on to me after the 3rd or 4th time that this game is actually different from Left 4 Dead. All that said, I still enjoyed my time with the game. It may be flawed, but it's in a way that is, if nothing else, highly entertaining. Well, that'll just about do it, except for the part where I fucking lied, bitch. There's even more Alien Swarm! This game is actually based on an even older mod for Unreal Tournament 2004. Sadly, I seem to have left my copy of Unreal Tournament 2004 in my other jeans when I was at the wash, you know, and Epic just so happened to old Yeller the game recently, so naturally I respected their decision to revoke all future ownership and let it die just as they'd want. I'm only kidding, of course. I am stealing from you! Fortunately, this version is still pretty good. It had no trouble adapting to my weird-ass monitor resolution. I could even alt-tab out of the game. Now that is a rare gift. And it's pretty similar, honestly. The surprising part is how much they didn't change. It is honestly kinda cute to see this jank-ass game still using the same characters and everything. Either way, I picked this one up pretty quickly. Though, there are a few differences, like that there's a tutorial, for one. And it does that whole cute in-universe, oh god, aliens broke out, you have to neutralize them for us, Private. It does that whole thing, and it just makes you want to ruffle the little mod's hair, you know what I'm saying? Keep it up one day, and you'll grow up to be a source game just like me, sport. There's even a lesson about parking your crew in various spots to prepare them for combat. Thank you, and that is very cute, but I think I will be doing it wrong from here on out, and getting pissy when I keep losing instead. Also, I fucking soft-locked myself during this part, because you need all 3 of your guys alive, and I shot one of my teammates in the head, repeatedly. My fingers slipped 5 times in a row, okay? It happens. It happens. There's also no map. It's like one of those old, oh, you actually have to pay attention to figure out where the hell do I go type games. I do like that the campaign actually has a progression to it. Like if your teammates die and you beat the mission, they stay dead. Well, I mean, you can revive them, but the game waggles its finger at you for relying on highly expensive cloning techniques. It's also probably immoral, or you can just kill everyone and start the mission over. That's fine too. I do like that there's a bespoke screen for selecting who you're taking, though. I never forgot to take my whole team. It seems this game also comes with like a bunch of other people's saves loaded into it, you know, like Meow or that. So just pick one that hasn't had all its squad mates pre-killed for you and you're on your way. What makes less sense though is the class level up system. They die so fast that I just dump all their XP into hit points and medic healing, which snapped the difficulty in half. You last 10 times longer this way and it's not even close. And they still got the tech too, but uh-oh, what if you get both your techs killed and can't bring them anymore? What are you, just screwed? Well, they have an item that basically does the job of a tech, but as a different class, as any class, essentially making him not necessary at all? Okay, so what is even the point of having a tech class in the first place? The sad part is, I actually prefer it this way. My opinion, they should just remove classes altogether, and anyone can pick whatever guns and equipment they want. Like, oh, here comes the game. Your class is too stupid to know how to shoot a shotgun, pal. It's a shotgun. It's not that complicated. Oh, and then there's the AI. Listen, if you thought your teammates were stupid in reactive drop, you haven't seen nothing yet. Like, this game claims to be that you're a bunch of space soldiers, but the reality of it is more like child wrangler. Like, oh, we gotta make sure little Billy is nice and dressed up for his big day genociding aliens today. Okay, Crash, let's stop clipping into that bedpost now and join the rest of the group, alright? Wildcat, did your mom pack enough shotgun ammo for the whole class? Sarge, what happened to your buddy? Everyone is supposed to be holding hands on this field trip. Where's our medic, you little shit? I'd have to routinely check to make sure I'm not in a group of 3, only to take over the odd one out and find he's in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'd also get into the habit of mashing follow me on your keyboard, because every time you change characters, they all start standing still like they're doing their best impression of a bunch of fucking cardboard cutouts. And if you're so much as a screen away, they'll just fucking ignore you because they have their AirPods in.
I just wanna fuck a dude that's coming so sticky like glue. I made his dick hard and it grew.
At least they still have bottomless pits too. Good. Good. So that was Alien Swarm Unreal Tournament 2004. Though I think I prefer Reactive Drop the most, honestly. Don't get crushed. What did I just say? Because, you know, they have such innovations like a currently active community and more than 2 types of bugs. But all this, you know, this whole thing got me interested in the history of the game. You know, what little of it I could find. Going to the original mod creator's website for any info was difficult because you tend to traipse into a lot of dead links. But I did find that the team that worked on this version were the same guys that worked on the source version. And as they got scooped up by Valve, they actually did work on Left 4 Dead in tandem. So in a sort of way, you could say that the best version of Alien Swarm is actually Left 4 Dead 2. And I mean, it is one of the best games ever made. So in a way, maybe Alien Swarm actually did get the recognition it deserves. Anyway, that is all, my little boy kissers. I hope you enjoyed.
Porongas hasta el culo, ojalá te viole un negro camionero nazi hijo de la gran reputísima madre, que te lo remil parió pseudo-pajero etéreo sorete radioactivo tirate de un puente obeso volador, huele pedos balanzafóbico panzón come truchas conchudo atragantado ciego escupe mierda pm retráctil viejo conchudo electro efímero tarado inútil sempiterno culo de petrico.